I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Lee Knight, surveying engineer for Stavcom. Lee, we're here on the old Longbridge facility outside Birmingham. That's where right. There is lots of houses and apartments and things going up, and it's Correct. Your job to make sure that everything is accurate. So tell me a little bit about the work you're doing here and the tools that you're actually using.
Yeah, no problem at all. So basically I'm here setting up a lock file for Richard with his GPS units. So Richard working in the background there.
Yep.
Setting out roads, sewers, coming back, doing as-built surveys on them as well. And as you said yourself, houses, apartments, making sure everything's in the right place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So folks, what's really important about this is accuracy levels.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the role as a surveyor and the tools that you're actually using on site here. What have we got in front of us I've seen you running around with?
So basically I've got my CS20 logger.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an absolute great piece of kit. Love the large screen on it as well. Gives me graphical displays on there that's second to none, even in sunlight. It's really good. 360-degree prism.
Yep.
And my old baby.
Your old baby?
My old baby, my TCRP 1205,
yeah.
which is probably now about 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
Still going strong.
Right, and so what is this, for people that don't understand how this all works together,
yeah, sure.
What is it doing? You've got the machine with Leica Geosystems 3D machine control
Correct.
behind us.
Yeah.
What happens then?
So basically, I get given a drawing.
Yep.
So we have surveyors on the site. They'll survey all the, basically what we see originally. They'll leave control stations behind. So what I'll do then is I'll get the control stations. I'll go and do a traverse of the site just to make sure that, basically measuring from station to station to station, going around in a big loop, making sure that all ties in.
Yep.
Once it all ties in, I'm happy with the accuracy. I've got an accuracy of 3 mil here, so I'm absolutely blown away with that accuracy. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
So, yeah, big kudos to the surveys that were here before because it all ties in.
Yeah.
So I'll get that. I'll then throw up what's called secondary control. So I've set up little pegs, some pegs in the corners over there with nails in, which again, I'll record the eastings, northings and elevations of them.
Yeah.
I'll then create something what's called tertiary control. So I don't know if you can see on the lamppost in the background there.
Yeah.
I've got some yellow sticky targets. So I'll just, I'll coordinate those yellow sticky targets. So I can actually then go and set anywhere on site and either reference my pegs, reference those retro targets. And when I take my measurements, I'm looking for an accuracy of sub 5 millimeters.
Wow, that is so, I mean, that's tiny. 5 millimeters is absolutely tiny. And then, so you're creating those models then?
Yes.
And so what software do you use to create the models when you've got your information that then takes it to the machine?
So basically I'm using AutoCAD Civil 3D.
Right.
So I'll get the drawings off the architects and the engineers.
Yep.
I will then create a 3D model for these. Again, just with elevations on there. I'll create surface models for them. And from these surface models and what's called a DXF file, which is a direct exchange file, which will get loaded into Richard's machine. So he'll know exactly where he is.
Yep.
I will then create what's called a lock file. So from all my stations around here, because Richard's running off GPS, you've always got that slight error between local stations and GPS.
Yep.
So we'll run around with Richard's Rover unit, survey the stations that I've created. We'll then create a lock file, load that lock file into Richard's machine.
Yep.
I'll then survey the edge of his bucket and make sure that the stations that I'm working off tie in what Richard's working off on GPS.
And then Richard can literally dig and fill and everything else.
Absolutely.
And what is really interesting, and I'm really pleased you said that, you know, you've looked at the accuracy of the bucket, because Richard's using that bucket as a surveyor, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you know, when I'm not around, and let's say they need to position a manhole or they need to find a manhole that's been buried, he can literally just set the tip of his bucket to his survey point and just literally move it across and go, there you go, lads, that's where it is. Draw across on the floor if he wants to, or a guy comes along, sprays the floor.
Fantastic.
It is, yeah. The accuracy that we're retrieving at the moment is really good. I mean, I wouldn't set a house out with it, but for what it's doing at the moment, it's awesome.
And so we're doing this, we've got a huge site here, land reclamation, brownfield site. We don't know what's necessarily underground when we're digging as well, do we? So having you on site, being able to make changes and to the earthworks and to the models that are required is important as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because we're always getting changes. We'll always get it. I mean, as you say, a job like this is going to last 2-3 years for us from a groundworks point of view.
Yeah.
We're always going to get changes we come down the line. We're always going to find things that don't quite work.
Yeah.
So what we'll do then is we'll notify the engineers, the architects, and okay, look, we've got an issue here. Can you sort it out? They will then send a new set of drawings through to me in CAD format.
Yep.
I'll just readjust that for it, create a new model, load it into Richard's machine. Now I can actually do this remotely.
Right. So over the waves, over the GPS.
Well, no, literally, because to be fair, I had a situation a couple of years back where I was sat by the side of a pool in Spain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I had a phone call from one of our road and sewers guys saying, Leo, can you just check this, please? We don't think it's quite worked. We've had a new drawing through, and it's not tied in. So I says, yeah, no problem. So I was there with a bottle of San Miguel, gets my iPad out, downloads it, readjusts it, logs onto ConX.
Which is the Leica system.
Exactly. Yep. Uploads it, loads it back into the guy's machine, brings him from Spain by the side of the pool. It's like, there you go, Mark, try that. It's like, yeah, that's fantastic. That's it. Fold the laptop down, bottle of beer.
One, fantastic. So that is proof that you can use all of this technology when you're sitting by a pool having a beer, but actually the work that you did in a short space of time made sure that there weren't errors on the job site, isn't it? And that's really critical. The other thing you mentioned, and I think we'll wrap it up with, is you mentioned as-built models. So Richard's doing some work here, and then he's backfilling. So then you'll be able to show the client, the end client, the project, aren't you?
Yeah. So basically, as he's backfilling at the moment, we're backfilling in layers. So we'll fill up to a certain layer. I'll come and survey it. Then we'll do some impact tests and what's called CBRs, California Bearing Ratio tests, at the different layers. So when at the end of the project, we can go back to the clients and say, look, we've surveyed at this level. These are your CBR results. We've surveyed at this level. Those are your CBR results. So the client is then happy that we're providing them a product that's not going to fail.
Exactly.
But also as well, we have situations where we found the other day some contamination in the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't on site, so I just said to Rich, can you just dip your bucket on it?
Yeah.
So, and record it. So literally dipped his bucket down, recorded it. So I have the eastings, northerns and elevation. Again, I was then to be able to fire that straight over to the environmental engineers to say, look, we found an isolated piece of contamination. Can you come and deal with it? They was out today, had a look at it, confirmed where it was. We then dug some more trial holes to find the extent of it. Job done.
This is technology happening right here, right now. What is really exciting about this is the way in which you describe the whole process to me is absolutely incredible. And also the fact that you're saying the equipment that you've been using, looking after by the looks of it for a long time, still really giving you that accuracy level.
Absolutely.
But the most important thing is how we're getting closer together, isn't it? You working hand in hand with Richard now brings your industry closer to the ground workers, and it's a team, isn't it?
Oh yeah, exactly right. You hit the nail on the head. It is teamwork, and we all work together. I've worked with Richard now for about 5 years.
Wow.
For me personally, best in the industry.
And I would agree with that. I love Richard. I've followed his journey since 2019. You can see those videos at Content with Media YouTube channel, folks. Fantastic to meet you. Thanks so much for talking to me today. Cheers.
Take care.